guys. So, as you know, today is Lent. What? I'm outside a school building and I feel like people in classrooms could probably hear me, and I don't want to yell too much, but I hope you can hear me. And that's what matters. That's what matters. So today is Lent. I want to talk about Lent. And when we think of Lent, we usually think of getting those black things on your forehead. It might look like a cross, it might look like a big old smudge, like you're Simba from The Lion King. Simba. And we also think of it as giving something up. Usually it's some form of sweets, sodas, something like that. But it's usually something that we have to give up. We usually think of it as a time to give up something that we like, but we don't really particularly hate giving up either. But the cool thing about Lent is, to backstory, so in Lent we all know that we go to an Ash Wednesday Mass and we receive the ashes on our forehead. We walk around all day with them. Unless you go at night, then you just get them at night and have them when you go home. The representation of ashes is actually a form to remind us that when we enter this time of Lent, that we are dying to ourselves. Like the scripture says, from ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It's a time for us to remember that this time of Lent is we're supposed to die to ourselves. And during this Lent, we're trying to form new habits. A habit takes 15 to 20 days to form a new habit or to break an old habit. And Lent is 40-ish days. So you could probably build some habits within that time. It's also to give up your old self, things that are destructive towards you, or maybe towards other people, or just something that you would like to see yourself bettered in, because Lent is supposed to be this awesome time where you die to yourself. You die to the things that you want to say yes to, but you know you should say no to. It's an opportunity to grow spiritually. The really cool thing about Lent is it's really unique depending on the person. Not one person's Lent looks exactly like someone else's, because everyone struggles with different things. Therefore, different people give up different things or give different things with their talents or their time based off of what's hard for them or what they consider to be hard for them. Like 1 year, I gave up social media. For me, I was always on it, and I felt like it was just kind of consuming me as a person because I was always on it, always on Snapchat, always on Instagram. Like, that's what I was on throughout my day. But when I gave it up, I wanted it as a chance for me to refocus myself and to refocus where my time and energy should go. And my refocus was that I wanted it to be more present to the people around me. So that's why I wanted to give that up. That way I could better spend my time with those who are around me, rather than worrying about snapping a picture and posting it and showing other people what my life looks like, but rather to take in the joy of the present moments. I think through that, I actually stayed off of social medias for a while. I actually didn't get Snapchat until a few months ago. Yeah, I had been off Snapchat for a while, but it definitely changed my perspective of how I valued my time with other people and the way I spent time with other people. So yeah, Lent is a chance for you to actually go bold. Do something bold and beautiful. It's not a time for us to show off and say, I'm gonna give up these 500 things because I'm amazing. No, Lent's a time for you to do something bold that you could ordinarily do it, but something that you wouldn't see yourself ordinarily doing, because it's a way for you to challenge yourself as a person, because who knows you better than you or God? And in making those sacrifices, you're able to do these bold things that will grow you closer to God. When you look at Lent, you shouldn't look at it and at the end of the 40 days be like, I'm still the same person I was when I started Lent. Lent should be an opportunity for you to actually be able to change, and at the end of the 40 days, you could say, hey, I look at this different, or this looks like this now instead of what it looked like before I started Lent. And in observing the 40 days of Lent, I read this cool thing that says that it gives us a chance to actually replicate Jesus's sacrificed into the desert for 40 days. And within his 40 days, it wasn't like easy for him. He fasted and he was tempted by the devil. And honestly, to be honest, Lent will do the same thing for you. It will tempt you and try you. It will make you negotiate with yourself and with people around you and things around you to say, well, you know, I did give up this one thing, but, you know, if I have it right now, it won't be so bad. It'll be okay, you know. No, like, it will tempt you. Lent is not an easy journey. It shouldn't be easy because it's supposed to change you as a person. And it's not all going to happen at once. It's not going to be like, boom, I'm changed overnight, or boom, I'm changed over the 40 days. It's just a process to allow you, and an opportunity to allow you to have that change within you, and an opportunity to say yes to God and yes to yourself, that you are willing to die to yourself to become the person that you are meant to be. So Lent has 3 pillars. It's fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. So these 3 pillars, you might be wondering, why 3 pillars? Why only those 3 pillars? These 3 pillars are there to help you diminish these destructive habits that we have, or these temptations that we have, and they are there as a way to guide you away from those, to create constructive habits. So for example, prayer allows us to better tune into the voice of God and to better listen into what He wants to tell us the more that we enter into prayer throughout the 40 days. And it changes our heart. Prayer isn't to change God. Prayer changes our hearts, ultimately. And fasting. So fasting, you have 2 small meals that don't equal 1 full meal and 1 full meal. There are many different ways to fast as well besides eating, and I'll talk about that at a different time. But that allows us to see how fragile and dependent we are on physical food, and remind us of what our dependence should be when turning towards God. With almsgiving, it's giving to those in need, giving of our talents, our time, and our energies, and even our earthly treasure to those who need it. So like giving your time to your family, giving your talents for volunteering, or for helping people who can't afford an art class learn art. Not that crazy, but just an example. Like I said, Lent looks different for everybody. It's not always going to be the same because not everyone always struggles with the same thing. We struggle with similar things, but it's not always exactly the same. As unique as our fingerprint is, that's as unique as our Lent journey is. This was a little bit about Lent. I wish you luck. You got this. You are going to be amazing on your 40-ish days. Don't forget to pray for strength, and I'm praying for you. And I'll keep you in my prayers these 40 days. May the force be with you. Stay holy, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye.